Not to be like the world, and not to be like the great majority of American Christians, but to be like Jesus Christ. I don't know why you're clapping. I'm talking about you.
What's wrong with you people? I'm serious.
You can't say amen, you ought to say ouch.
Hello, HumbleBees. Welcome to Tulips and Honey.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Quick Questions with Becca and Lauren. We are your hosts. I'm Lauren from Tulips and Honey. This is Becca from Tulips and Honey. And we came today to bring you another episode, a mini episode, a tiny episode, a shorter, tiny, itty-bitty questions and answers minisode. Can we call it minisode?
Minisode. Oh, I like that. And last time we did it, I remember I said, I dare us to do it under 30 minutes, and we did it in like 27 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
That is perfect. That's what these minisodes are designed for. It's going to be forever what we call them. Welcome back to our minisodes, question and answers, where we're able to get to your questions, your answers, and questions about things that are happening in the world, reformed world, things to that nature. Anytime there's going to be big news, we're going to hopefully be able to talk about it here. So in the past, we have addressed things like Kobe Bryant. We've addressed Baby Olive. We've addressed some of the issues with conferences like Alistair Begg and things to that nature. There's a whole playlist of our question and answer minisodes in our YouTube channel that you're currently at right now, because this is the only place you can find minisodes right here, right now, happening on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe, like this video, share, comment, all the things, click all the buttons. First question. Take it away, Becca.
You got it. This is from My Redemption for His Glory. She actually had two for us last week, and she has two extra ones for us. The first ones are, what are some of your favorite subjects to study? Or what was your favorite class subject in school?
Ooh, I like that question.
That is a good one.
Mine are totally different now than what they would have been then.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm wondering, I should have asked her if she's meaning like in high school or in college.
Oh, do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, high school, I really enjoyed history and English. And I had an English class where we combined it. It was like multicultural English. That was really fun. College,
That's cool.
I had a lot of interesting classes, but my favorites were, I loved my Shakespeare 101 class, and I really enjoyed my sign language class.
Ooh. I like it.
How about you?
Absolutely. Okay, so in high school, my favorite subject was English and theater. So I didn't like any of the other classes. I really struggled. I had to. So it's different now. Today, I would say that history and science are my favorite things to study because I'm teaching Kaylee. I'm getting to like go back through, and church history has been really fascinating to me. Science, I'm like obsessed with science now, but I hated science when I was in school. It wasn't interesting to me whatsoever. The only way I was able to pass science at that time was by doing extra credit where I came in and cleaned the slides off for my teacher.
I can see you doing theater though. Like I want to see you in a play so bad.
Oh my goodness. I never was able to do plays because I was in too many different activities. So I was vice president of the student council, and I was treasurer of art club.
Ooh.
And because I was a mediator, and I was in the early Bible study prayer group, and I had several other things that I was doing. My first theater teacher was just like, I don't think you have time for this.
She reined you in.
Yeah. Thanks anyways, but no, you have way too many things going on. But I did love the class. I really enjoyed getting to be like creative. I really liked. I was coming in early to school almost every single day and leaving late almost every single day from all of the different like meetings and things.
Stuff you had. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I had a little bit too much, but in college, I didn't finish college. I just did a few years, but I tested out of everything. So, they gave us the option. There's some schools that are really neat like that, where they give you the option for the first 2 years, where if you want to take the full course, you can, but if you want to try to test out first, you can. And so I would just test out. So I really don't have any subjects from college that I enjoyed because I didn't really do anything. But since then, science with creation science being my absolute favorite. That's a really cool question. We want to know, Emma, that asked that. I want to know what your favorite subjects were, and all of you wonderful listeners, if you want to comment below with what you think about that.
I forgot to mention I had one semester that was amazing that I took graphic and web design. That was really fun.
I'm thankful you took that. That's really come in handy now.
It's really fun. And I thought that was done in my life, so it was so cool to meet Lauren. And
you just thought you were getting out easy, but you weren't. Okay, Emma's last question, My Redemption for His Glory, wonderful blog. We hope that you guys check out. Her last question is, get ready for a strange one. Those are her words, not mine. If you were a clothing item, what would it be? Whether it best describes you or is your favorite to wear or something along those lines. Becca, if you were a clothing item, what would you be?
Oh my gosh.
Can I say that you're a bra because you're so supportive?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. You tell me.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm glad we got in a bra joke. I was going to say, okay, I don't know if you remember like dresses back when we were younger that were just kind of plain dresses. They weren't really, they were just kind of, you know, they were high-waisted and they just kind of were flowing. You could wear them. Maybe you wanted leggings kind of thing. That is my favorite. I love dressing up like a kid. So I don't know if anybody knows this, but I post a lot of my niece like dressing up. Like she wears the cutest outfits that don't match. She looks like Punky Brewster, if anybody remembers who that is. I was a Punky Brewster fan when I was growing up, and I would love to either do an Instagram for her to like showcase her stuff. Yeah.
So cute.
But what would I pick for you? Okay, I know it's not a bra, but I don't know. I was gonna think more jewelry, so I was gonna be like, you know, a necklace because she's so pretty. And I can't think of anything. You could bra for me, or a watch. I don't know, because you keep me organized.
Oh, that's so sweet. You have to stay organized because if not, this whole organization falls apart. If I was any clothing item, I think I would have to be like running shoes. Not because I like exercise. I hate exercise, but because I'm constantly trying to like get ahead of myself, you know, like, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go over here. Let's do this now. Hey, what if we add 50,000 other things that are going to make us totally exhausted?
You know what? Yes, I have to concur. I told her this like a week or two ago. I was like, Lauren just goes. And I'm like, wait, I'm trying to catch up. What are we doing now? What? Okay. What am I making today?
Yeah. Bless your heart. It really helps me too. Like if you weren't here for me to like have to consider somebody else, I wouldn't even take a second thought about like, hey, wait a minute, these things have to like, you have to do things and they take time. It's a lot easier to say than to actually do things. Okay, next question. Revelation _ is that an underscore?
Underscore Angel. We did his first question. Now we have a second one. And he wants to give us another shout out at the _biblical_creationist, which he has because he also is a creationist. And I thought that was really interesting because Lauren's really into that. And he mentioned the same answers in Genesis YouTube channel. So that was awesome. But his question is, besides the Bible, what are your top 3 favorite books?
Oh, I love this question.
That is a good question.
It's a great question. Go ahead. You go first.
Okay. So other than the Bible, okay. So I haven't read a whole lot of theology books, so unfortunately they're not on my top, but I have a feeling they will be in the future. But right now it's Anna Green Geddes, Harry Potter, and what was the other one? Oh, James and the Giant Peach.
Nice.
And Matilda, those kinds of books. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Matilda when I was little. That's a good one. I love whenever we saw I don't know how the conversation even got brought up, but Patrick from Cave to the Cross, like you were like, wait a minute, like what's your favorite books? And he was like, well, from what genre? And he's straight up, or was it movies? I can't remember now.
What are you talking about? The Anne of Green Gables or the Little Women?
Like where he was like, he straight up had 20.
Oh yeah.
Favorite for each and everything. I was like, man, that is some organization skills right there that I do not possess at all.
I do keep a list of like my favorite words, but I should type out like my top favorite movies and stuff.
So
but
fun.
I do have a list.
Fun. I love your list of favorite words. We should release that someday to the public.
Yes.
So cute.
It's always
when are you going to release your list to the public? Where's your transparency, Becca? Becky.
Oh, Becca! That's what my mom says.
Just when you're in trouble. My top favorite books, not including the Bible, I would have to say we would have to start with Pilgrim's Progress, definitely at the tippy top. And then directly underneath that, there is a Thomas Watson book about the Ten Commandments that blew me away when I read that.
Yes.
It was.
Can you send it to me?
I will. I read it. I listened to it in the audio form, but it's like also in PDF form. You can just read it, like print it and stuff. But it's very God glorifying. But the way he explains the Ten Commandments was like to connect them to the attributes of God and why that's important and stuff. It was just really, really helpful. I think my third favorite book, it's always in flux, but it has been in the past Susie Spurgeon, The Life and Legacy of Susie. It's also been The Hobbit. That's been my third.
Okay, good. I'm glad you threw one in there because I was feeling like a total heathen over here with.
Gosh, pray for Becca. No, in the Institutes, the Institutes by John Calvin, which you're currently reading for our listeners that think she might not be, spiritual enough in her reading. She's reading the Institutes right now. So I'm reading Lord of the Rings right now. She's reading the Institutes. So, I mean, that's some hardcore stuff. But, okay, that was a really great question. We want to know down below, listeners, favorite books besides the Bible. Becca
has a question.
You have a question.
Our nicknames.
What are our nicknames?
What are our nicknames? We have like so many that we do to each other. Number one is Bestie that we call each other.
Yep. And now I call you Bestie B.
Bestie B. She took it. So I was trying to come up really creative this morning, and I called her Bestie T because I call her Sweet Tea Lauren.
I love that so much.
Sweetie, like Sweet Tea. Yes.
I love it.
Bestie Tea. And I'm trying to switch over to tea. I'm a huge coffee drinker, but I'm trying to switch over to tea. Because there might be some day when you're traveling and you just can't have a cup of coffee, and then you're like, your day's ruined because you're not feeling good.
So true.
Yeah, I was like,
good point. You gotta prepare. You need to be prepared for all possibilities. In your abasting and abounding, you need to be content. So, like, if you abased in coffee or you abound in coffee, what are you gonna do? Might drink some tea. I love it. I love it. We do have lots of fun nicknames. And then growing up, I was Pooh Bear, and you have a Pooh nickname too.
Yeah, Becky Poo Poo. My dad calls me that. So that's so funny. We have Pooh names.
I love
There's a bunch of Pooh up in here.
Yes, I have an aunt that still calls me Pooh Bear. Like when she sends me messages, she's like, "Hey, Pooh Bear." It's super cute. Okay, I'm not gonna even try to pronounce this. I'm actually going to spell this out. But this was one of our winners. This one, this particular Instagrammer won one of our contests a while back. But NEFUSTEEL777. I think he's in Scotland or Ireland. One of those two.
Yes.
Because it was hard for me to get him a book with their like mail system the way it was. He asked, is it possible to take one of these rank heresy and exegete what these people have butchered for the benefit of those who are unaware?
I like the word rank.
I do too.
I just think rank and it stinks. So
this is a Phil Johnson thing. He says this is rank heresy. This is just rank heresy when he's talking about things. I love it.
That.
Very good. Is it possible? Sure. Yeah.
We did it. Boom. Mic drop episode. I don't know when this is coming out. This particular quick minisode that's coming out.
Minisode.
We just recorded an episode of Name That Heresy that we are going to go through and give more clarity about. So thank you so much for your question, and thanks for being a winner and participating.
Yes. Well done giving us like a really great episode idea here. So keep your eyes out for that, listeners. It'll be coming out next week, maybe after this post. Last question right here, except for, of course, I have a question for you, Becca, that will be a surprise.
Ooh.
So, Sean Tomlin, he is a podcaster, right?
Yes, he's from Guides with Bibles.
I thought so. So. Yep. The Tomlin threw me off because I'm like, Chris Tomlin in relation?
Yeah, let us know, Sean. Tell the truth.
This is so funny. Who is your favorite old dead guy? I feel like I should add like Uncle Bernie doesn't count.
Uncle Bernie. He doesn't count. Your favorite old dead guy? That's a hard one. Okay. I'm thinking Charles Spurgeon.
Yeah.
But I would also love to sit down with Shakespeare.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Right?
That would be really cool. Yeah. Charles Spurgeon and Shakespeare actually had a very similar word count in their vocabulary.
Yes.
They were very similar in how they had such a vast vocabulary. Favorite old dead guy, I would probably have to go with, I'd really like to sit down with Calvin. I'd really like to sit down with, I feel like, I can't pronounce, I'm not going to pronounce it right. I'm just going to avoid that one because I'm not going to pronounce it right. There's a lot of them. I'd really like to sit down with Jonathan Edwards. I'd really love to get to meet like Athanasius. I'd love to get to meet Paul. That would be really difficult. But if we're going based on like readings, the things that we've read, I would want to meet Polycarp. I think from reading his writings and everything, he seemed like he was a really cool dude. So
David Brainerd.
What about you, listeners?
Yes,
David Brainerd. Oh, I feel I would love to meet him in heaven, but I wouldn't want to meet him like as he was here on earth, because he was quite very serious person. Like he was so serious of a man that Jonathan Edward reverenced him. Like Edwards would, when David Brainerd would pray, Edwards would be blown away. Jonathan Edwards was blown away by the prayer of David Brainerd. I keep hitting this. I'm sorry, but that's crazy. My surprise question for you, Becca, is if you had to choose, we didn't necessarily go back in time, but today's cell phones were gone, and you had to pick between the first like long phone, where you had to click, or the flip phone. Which one would you pick?
The flip phone. Those Razor phones were so much fun. I had a pink one. Did you have the pink one?
I didn't. I didn't get a cell phone until the flip phones were not cool anymore, but I did have one of like the long square ones. And it was like the Terminator phone. It once got ran over by a vehicle and still worked. I put it back together and it still worked. It was fine.
Oh, snap. That's what they don't make cell phones like that anymore. Come on, people.
No, they do not.
Like a little computer.
Sure don't.
So what about you?
I would have to. I would want the flip phone because it made that you could do the cool thing where you flip it like this.
Yes, like and the T9.
So cool. Yes, definitely. Although I did have the big long fat one. I didn't like it.
I know I didn't use it. Mine would slide and I still wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use that bigger board.
Yeah. No thanks. Okay, that's it for our questions. So if you have questions for us, if you have questions for me or Becca, send them to us. You can get a hold of us on any of our social medias, and we will add them to our list. Make sure that when you send us a question, you send us a shout out so that we can either shout out your business, your company, your brand, your whatever it is that you do. If you're a podcaster or anything like that, or somebody you'd like to shout out, a blog or anything like that, put that in there so that we can give you a shout out while we're doing our quick questions and answers. So that's it for our mini-sodes. We'll see you later, HumbleBees. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening, HumbleBees. This is Tulips and Honey. Over and out.
I think that diamond still needs a little more polish.
Yeah.